It's the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee. On a cool fall day, Amy is in the eastern portion of New Hampshire, right on the border with Maine, in the town of Freedom.
I'm here in Freedom, New Hampshire to tackle a little bit of a personal challenge. I've always felt a little bit nervous and uncomfortable with camping, with being in the wilderness, particularly by myself. So I wanted to learn some skills. I thought maybe that would help. So I'm meeting up with Lucie Villeneuve, who's a wilderness expert. What's this pretty silver stuff?
That's called reindeer moss.
Lucie Villeneuve founded Outdoor Escapes New Hampshire, through which she leads adventures and tours. With her experience, including 4-H camps, National Outdoor Leadership School, and Outward Bound, Lucie is dedicated to educating people about wilderness safety so that they have the knowledge and skills to confidently enjoy the great outdoors.
So you've done the right thing in asking for help, because everyone should get out and enjoy nature.
Right.
We can start with building a shelter.
Okay. So if I ever find myself stranded, I could kind of get through the night?
Right. Here's a nice ridge pole.
Oh.
Looks like a perfect frame to build a tree debris shelter.
Okay, this is reminding me of like Eeyore's little house in Winnie the Pooh. It's sort of that sad like assembly of sticks. Okay.
Yeah, so what we need to do next is collect sticks. We need a lot.
What do you think?
Let's start building.
So this is the foyer, right? Right here? Okay.
So you try to make the sticks really close together, kind of overlap.
Okay.
Left, right. And so you want the space big enough for you to be able to crawl in backwards, but yet small enough to keep you warm. As you can see, building a good shelter can take some time. So the sooner you decide to get to it, the more time you'll have to go gather more wood for a fire. As you're placing them, think about any weight on it or any wind. You want to make sure it's sturdy.
I'm looking at this and it's starting to take shape, and like this is a nice little area of the woods, and I'm thinking, you know, it's kind of cozy, and if I had to spend the night here, it wouldn't be the end of the world. So let's say I was hiking and it's, say, late morning and I've lost the trail. Like, at what point in the day should I stop trying to find the trail and instead like hunker down and commit that I'm lost and I need to get shelter going?
A lot of people make the mistake of trying to relocate themselves until dark, but then it's too late because dark happens and then you need to go find, you know, shelter and make fire. So
and that takes time.
Right, so it's a good idea to give yourself at least 2 to 4 hours of daylight. So we have a pretty good frame. The next thing is to insulate your body from the ground.
That makes sense.
You don't want the ground sucking the heat out of you. You need insulation. So we can go find a whole bunch of dried leaves or ferns or dried pine needles, a pretty good thick layer.
Some like Tempur-Pedic mattresses that are floating around.
So the main thing is to keep warm, because hypothermia can set in at night.
Isn't that like a winter problem?
Nope. Hypothermia can happen any time of year.
Really?
Hypothermia is when your core body temperature gets so low that it can't reheat itself. And so building a good shelter, if you're going to spend the night outdoors, is very important.
Even with a solid shelter, a few essential items will help you get through the night and out of the woods safely.
So if I'm going for a hike, what kind of essentials do I want to have in my backpack to make sure I'm safe?
There's actually 10 essentials or so, and one of them is a knife and some cord. Thing you should probably never leave without is a whistle, because if anything happens to you, it's a lot easier to whistle than it is to yell. And a metal cup, because you can have a fire and heat up water. You can also bring surveyor's tape. You know, if you're with someone and you have to find them again, you can leave a trail. A source of light.
Like a headlamp?
Or even a flashlight, and extra batteries. A water bottle with water. Bring it with you, or know how to make it safe if you find water.
By boiling it or using like iodine tablets or something? Okay.
Yeah. Extra food, a map and compass. Also a good idea is 2 contractor-sized trash bags, because they're so big, If it all of a sudden starts raining, you can step in one and put the other one over your head, and you have shelter. And a means of starting a fire,
Okay.
whether it's waterproof matches, a lighter,
Okay.
or like a magnesium strip. To scrape it down, get rid of all the dry leaves.
Okay.
You don't want to start the forest on fire. Get down to damp earth here.
When you're building your fire, make sure to have the fuel close at hand.
Okay, next we need some tinder, pine needles or dried moss.
These feel pretty dry.
Some people make it like a teepee, some people make it like a log cabin. That's what I usually do. I start it with a log cabin. Ready to give it a try?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And then get ready to put more sticks on. There we go.
Yay! Go little fire, keep going. That looks like something that could keep me warm if it got big enough.
Yes, yeah, a good fire should be small enough that you could step over. So you don't want to build a big bonfire and burn down the forest. Big enough to be able to keep you warm and maybe boil some water.
Well, you know, this fire is starting to feel warm and kind of cozy, and I've got a nice shelter there, and I'm starting to think, yeah, I could spend a night here. Like, maybe I'm starting to understand a little bit of this camping thing. So thank you. That's a real victory for somebody like me.
Well, you're welcome. We're always happy to get people in and out of nature safely.
Thanks. Maybe we bring some marshmallows next time, huh?